Hi, you're listening to The Island of a Lost Pilot by Rajesh Bhatia, narrated by Deepak Agnihotri. Chapter 6. The Difficult Decision. 7:30 p.m. Mr. Kapoor's residence. A servant ushered Shekhar to Mr. Kapoor's drawing room amid heavy cigar smoke and aroma of expensive whiskey. Mr. Kapoor was sitting with a glass in his hand and offered Shekhar a drink, which was denied. Mr. Kapoor called the servant to bring some juice. Mr. Kapoor was also apparently worried, red-eyed, red-faced, and must have had a couple of drinks, as his voice slurred slightly while he spoke. "You have heard about the crash then, I suppose." Mr. Kapoor simply nodded and started to fill his glass. "I have decided to quit Rohan's training and call him back." Mr. Kapoor was shocked. His hand jerked and some liquid got spilled out on the table. He didn't expect this blunt start from Shekhar. "Why the sudden decision?" "I have only one son and can't have his life at stake because of those obsolete machines." "One son or many sons, it doesn't matter. The life of every child is precious, Mr. Shekhar." Mr. Kapoor paused, took a few sips of the amber liquid, chose his words carefully and continued, "Everywhere in this world you will find old planes, whether they are passenger planes, cargo planes, fighter planes or training planes. These planes are maintained, overhauled, checked and certified by a competent and authorized person before they are airborne. But they are rather old. As I have understood, these flying school people procure junk bodies and engines 40 to 45 years old, repair them, and start playing with the lives of our young men." "Dear Shekhar, I was in Indian Air Force up to 2001 and was flying planes of the Second World War era. By the way, have you ever been to Air Force Museum in Delhi?" "Yes, of course." "Have you seen a big 4-engine propeller warplane there?" "Yes, I have seen it. It is very impressive and is in a very good condition. It is visible from outside, and I often see it while passing through that road." "What about it?" "Well, that is a B-24 Liberator bomber plane, built in 1946. I used to fly that plane up to 1975 or 76, till it was retired from Air Force duties." Mr. Kapoor got up and was gone for about 1 minute, brought a 9x5 framed black and white photograph and handed it over to Shekhar. It was a copy of one of the photographs which were on the wall of Mr. Kapoor's office. Shekhar immediately recognized the plane. It was now at the museum. In the photograph, which dated back to 1976, a very young Mr. Kapoor was standing beside that aircraft, obviously after flying it. Mr. Kapoor was back in thoughts. "This was the last flight of this aircraft, and I had the honor of it. If it was not taken out of service, I would have flown it for many more years. It was really a nice machine. And don't forget about Mr. J.R.D. Tata. He had flown one small Tiger Moth plane from India to Pakistan in 1932, and again flew the same plane through same route after 50 years in the year 1982. "Mr. Kapoor, we are wandering away from the subject. Those were Air Force planes. You have flown, maintained by Air Force, and the plane J.R.D. Tata flew was maintained by Tata Group. Government or Tata is very rich and can spend plenty of money to maintain their planes. These training planes are private property. The owners can never be that rich. They are serving as pilots. They won't be spending a large amount of money on these junks. If they had enough money, they would have gone for newer planes. If the planes are new, the chances of machine failure are very less." "Dear Mr. Shekhar, it is yet to be established whether it was a machine failure or a human error. Don't take a quick decision. Now, as this crash has claimed 2 lives, in future they will be very careful about their planes, about their maintenance, and about their airworthiness. Human life is valuable. I can assure you that there won't be any more crashes like that in future. Death is such a reality that one can't run away from it. I know a friend who got his foot slipped in bathroom and died there while his head collided with the bathtub. Mr. Kapoor took out a cigar, bit it, and struck a flame against it. Shekhar was somewhat relaxed and looked at Mr. Kapoor, who was busy with his cigar. Perhaps, besides whiskey, some cigar puffs were also required to calm his nerves. He was to face some more parents. Mr. Kapoor, whatever you say is all right, but when it comes to your own son's life, you have to think very hard before you take a final decision. Bigger planes are much safer. Had I known that training planes are so risky, I would not have thought of Rohan becoming a pilot. Mr. Kapoor blew the smoke, kept the cigar on the ashtray and got up. He came near to Shekhar, placed his hand on his shoulder and said in a very soothing voice, "Shekhar, I have only one thing to say. Have faith in God. Everybody is born with the number of years he is going to live. Come what may, you will live those years. I will again request you not to compromise with his career. Leave everything to God. No other parent has panicked like you." Mr. Kapoor went back, sat and lifted his glass and the cigar. Shekhar sat with his eyes closed, deep in thought, said somewhat relieved, "Okay, Mr. Kapoor, but please ask those people to kindly improve their planes' condition and keep very old planes aside, away from the trainees." "I will surely do it," Mr. Kapoor promised, and Shekhar took leave. Surekha was impatiently waiting for Shekhar. Obviously, she also knew about the mishap. "I have had detailed discussions with Daddy, Ashok uncle and Jijaji regarding this. Everybody wants Rohan to quit training and come back to India. If you don't want him in your business, he can complete his B.Tech and get some good job." Surekha spoke excitedly with a very harsh voice. "Please calm down. Let me change and we will talk over it." After dinner, they pondered over the problem. There were so many points in favor and against this problem. The points against the training were the old planes, the crashes, all the relatives and friends who had advised to call Rohan back, that Rohan could look after their factory and help Shekhar. The points in favor were numerous. Mr. Kapoor's consolation that now the flight school owners will be much more careful, that the aviation authorities will also be very strict, that no other parent had tried to bring their children back, not even girls, and Rohan was a brave young man, that a person can die anywhere, whether he is at home or at some road, if he has to die, that this way the career was fast and very bright. Other ways will take a longer time now, as Rohan will have to start afresh, and here he was already in that training. That some of the friends and relatives who wished Rohan back were jealous of his bright career. That above all, God was there to take care of Rohan. "Okay, I will ask Rohan in the morning. He is the best judge. He is himself there and had seen everything with his own eyes. His friends also are under similar situation and will be discussing about it. If he wants to quit, we will not force him to continue," said Shekhar and looked inquiringly at Surekha, who nodded in consent. 4th March, Tuesday. "Dad, I want to continue," was the decision of Rohan. "If I quit, I will be called coward. Neither any trainee here nor any one of their parents has decided to quit their training. Even the girls are continuing. Just think, if I had completed 190 or so hours of my training, would you have called me back? No, isn't it? You would have allowed me to complete the balance 10 hours even after this crash. Now, we all are sure that they will be very careful about the further training. Okay, son, you win. Shekhar was relieved. A crucial decision was made. But please be very careful in future. Tell all your friends all.